Good morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast. As Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
So I grabbed myself and called 888-994-4995 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning.
So get ready for the time of your life.
Shake off your sleepies, buckle up, because it's showtime!
I'm gonna bring this.
Like a
Good and plenty, good and plenty. Choo choo. Morning. Welcome. And Channel 12, eat your heart out. That I've been saying that for years, and now you're using it. Welcome. I did copyright it. I wrote it in my copybook.
Happy Wednesday to you.
Happy Hump Day.
Hump
Do
day.
you know that I used to have a giant camel for Happy Hump Day? You
Yes,
guys
you did.
remember?
It was before them. It was when you and I first started with
Yes.
Connecticut.
Do you guys remember the commercial? Happy Hump Day with the camel?
Yes.
You ever see it? I had a camel.
And you used to go hump day.
Hump.
I used to hate that.
And he's like, come on, Don. You. And we used to have the picture because I wasn't on camera. Come on, Don, smile.
You
It's
were never
happy
on camera.
Hump Day.
And now look at you. Now you can change your hat, all your clothing, got a whole set lined up in front of
I was naked
you.
with no hat. That's what happened. That's why I didn't come on.
You got pumpkin spice. You got.
Look at this.
Oh, I'm Italian. The bacons, are they the baconators? What
I think they are.
Jack-o'-lanterns.
Lady Ashley
how
party
many?
planning, but
You gonna make jack-o'-lanterns?
Yes, we are.
can you make jack-o'-lanterns for Thanksgiving?
Not on these small ones though. I need big
We can
ones.
make turkey.
We have 2 big ones here, by the way.
Yeah.
They brought in 2 big pumpkins.
Those aren't real.
Yes, they are.
No, those are real.
So are
Yeah,
these.
but we can't cut open theirs. We have to go get some.
Okay.
Now,
What?
I think you only make jack-o'-lanterns for Halloween, though.
no, you can make a jack-o'-lantern for my birthday if you
I
want.
feel if I rub this, it'll be like Cinderella's carriage.
Now, is it Lady Ashley Party Planning, the
Yes.
makers, the name of the company? I want to thank them. They have dressed up the studio
It looks
like
fantastic.
you ain't never believe. And Kenny Love, I'm talking to you. You're gonna have to leave your stuff outside because all the tables in here are taken. I still don't understand how we're gonna move him around, but I guess we're gonna have to practice that with the lackey. Oh, I'm sorry, the panty man. Oh, I'm sorry again. What shall we call you?
Slick.
Man, I mean, right now it's slick,
Slick.
to be honest with you.
He's slick right now, to be honest.
He's so slick. He don't know where
We
he
might
is.
have to ask Jean to answer for Slick, but then we shall see what happens. The artwork?
Hank?
You guys, they took it to another level, and it's funny because I already know how Slick does stuff.
Yeah.
He watches and he goes and he puts the nails this way so he could play with it for 32 minutes. 32 minutes because he wanted to see who was gonna.
I was finding the
join
equilibrium
parade. I
of
saw.
the frame.
I saw.
I was
But
funny.
JP and Vlad, they dressed up Studio A.
We had to get another video shot of all of the everything
I
here.
got more coming. Me, you, and him got to go up and get more pieces.
Oh, man. We got to bring the other
Yeah.
kids with us, the other
Yeah.
crew, because
No,
they did not get to see the house.
I want to take Crazy Eyes over him.
Oh, my gosh.
Because I want
Do you
her to
like
sing.
color, Alana? Or
What?
are you more like of a beige, geometrical type of...
It depends. As far as my style and clothing, I'm plain Jane, but I love color and art around me.
So how can you not like what I'm doing here? This is so much color. It's colorful.
It's colorful,
There
but
we
the
go.
other C word is cluttered.
It's not cluttered. There was nothing
creative.
cluttered. You know, you can't have an art gallery without art. What are you going to have? One painting? It's not an art
I have
gallery.
to tell
mate.
you, all of the artists here have definitely brought these walls to life because beyond the warehouse of the outside and the yellow door, is it yellow, white door, old sign, I don't know. It's this incredible mini gallery. We've got 7 artists. We've got Gina, Mary, Stephen, the 4 new artists since the summer.
Yep.
Plus, we've got Amy and Jay Harmon and some really, really great long-time Stacy Mandel, 5 artists. Wow, we have like 9 artists in
So
here.
what I want to do for the 1st of December, see if some of my friends in here can help me. I want to do artist sale week. I
Okay.
want to put everything in the house on sale.
Okay.
Everything. That whole week, we're going to bring in an artist and let them pitch you. And I do mean pitch because the Atlanta Braves, congratulations, winning the World Series. They can't stand you, so that's the end of that. I want to put it so that the artists can have their moment. And this house right now is made. Don't be looking at me. This house,
Jealous.
lackey, you're lackey. This house right now is full of balloons.
It looks
has art,
fantastic,
it has
right?
pumpkins, right?
So much color. It's
Did you
unbelievable.
think that after being here, we just had our anniversary, it's the 2nd year
years,
being
yeah.
here, that this place would look like that?
It's just incredible. You have to
Am I
come
keeping
down.
you awake?
Give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio B. Make an appointment, come on in, or just pop on by. Our doors are always open. She goes, and there's the number right there. A lot of great stuff going on here in the studio. I have to tell you, take a look because we've got our newsletter coming out for the month of November. It's What Are You Grateful For? And a great interview, fantastic interview with our
Oh, here
executive
it goes.
producer.
Here it comes.
So I was reading his answers yesterday, and I have to tell you, he gave me this whole new hope about mankind and the next generation and really back to the light of what we do. But I actually watched that TED Talk that he talked about in his interview. Have you seen it?
Yes.
You saw the TED Talk?
Don't you remember?
Drew Dudley, Leading with Lollipops. Has anyone seen this TED Talk?
I read the interview and it sounded really interesting.
He gave you the link to see it.
He gave the synopsis of what it's about.
Leading
gave
with
a link.
Lollipops.
He gave a link to the interview.
And what it talks about, do you, so this is a great question of the day, consider yourself a leader? Slick.
Yes.
Alana.
I'd say yes.
Yes.
So they say most people do not consider themselves a leader because the bar is raised so high on what a leader is. Other people look up to the leader. But the whole premise of this Leading with Lollipops is if someone has made a difference in your life and you have not told them, you should tell them. Because you never know, that one extension of a lollipop that you may have forgotten you gave to someone 4 years ago may have brought them out of a bad moment, may have changed their life, may have done something that you didn't know. And if that happened for you, you should thank the person that changed your life if you haven't done so.
That's right.
Really, it's a great TEDx. 6 minutes, fantastic.
And it's funny because that's the part you remember. The part I remember was when he came on the radio show and he wanted somebody to call in. And we hadn't gotten a call in because we were new at the iHeart Studios. And that day after he did that whole thing, somebody actually called in and said they were so motivated by what he said. Listen, I have always said since Gio graduated Full Sail University, always said, and he graduated cum laude, whatever that had.
Magna cum laude, yeah.
Always said that that he had a good head on his shoulder. And it just emphasized what we've been talking about for years. And now he's mature, because when Gio was 14, everything you see in this house was for gaming. This was gaming purposes. He used to play video games with people all over the world. And we changed the concept for the betterment of the community, and then the virus comes along and all of a sudden everybody remembers what a camera is.
But I love about, is there someone in your life like that made an impact on you? Something, a little act of kindness that changed how you see things or made a better situation for you?
Oh, I'll just say, I'll say one of my good friends. I was going to say a brother, but that's just too easy. But, one of my good friends, he always coins, the stuff that I don't notice about myself. And then and I always have to go back to him and say, yo, thank you for that, because I didn't think I needed it, but I do remember it. But
How about you, Alana?
Something that comes to my mind is my high school guidance counselor. She was a college advisor for everybody, and she would sit kids down, and her quote she always used, and everybody in the school knew it, was a goal without a plan is just a dream. So it was all about, anyone can, have a goal or dream big, but unless you take the time to make a plan and make those goals happen, it's going to just stay a dream. You can't really make it to fruition. So that always stuck with me.
How about you, Fred?
It's funny to pick up on what you said, and I've been doing this so long that the hardest thing is to do a plan, because you get in your head and you start criticizing your own plan even before you enact it. And you say, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and then all the naysayers and everybody else has an opinion of how you should do it, and all of a sudden that plan gets really, really cloudy. And all of a sudden, you don't have a plan, and you don't try. And Gio and I have been going back and forth with this thing. I believe that your plan is to succeed. That's it. There's no more to say. The rest of it is going to come to you every day. And here we go with the 7 messages a day that I keep telling you about. You got to feel your way to success. You got to feel it when it comes. And that plan, I don't know what we're going to be doing today, but I got to guarantee you one thing. At the end of the day, we're going to be better today than we were yesterday. That I can assure you.
And every day is a new day. So much of that interview, and you're going to get to read the interview when it comes out, hopefully this week or next week, is about hope and finding light. And I see so much of you in him and his answers, but yet...
Don't tell him that. He gets mad.
But yet there's so much light that's not you in his answers. So there's a whole other side of Gio, which is really, really exciting.
Well, he has
that.
a different belief of how things are done. And I say to him, I say, maybe with these guys you can get away with that. But this old school guy only knows one way. I only know one way to success, which is hard work. And
but he says, and then you wake up the next day.
And you go again.
And it's a new day. And the sun comes out every day, and it is a new day. And if you didn't like the way yesterday went, you get to try again.
Well,
you got to try it again.
I'm going to ask him a question.
What's the question?
Baseball player, World Series is on the line, and bases are loaded with the tying and the winning runs, and you strike out. Yeah. Okay, that's that one event. Every day, a baseball player only really gets 3 hits out of 10 at-bats, and he makes the Hall of Fame. 3 hits. 3 times successful out of 10. And he makes the Hall of Fame, right? So when you wake up and you go to bat, or you play football, you play a sport and you fail, you have the next game. You got to wipe it off. You got to say, you know what? I got to move on. When you have a show and you make a mistake on the air, or somebody calls you out, do you take it with you for the rest of your life? Or do you believe in yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to make it better next time?
But you know what I take with me for the rest of my life?
Where's
Maybe-
your hope?
Where's my hope?
Yeah. Before you go to the rest of your life, where is your hope lie?
Where's my hope lie? Every day is a new day of hope.
Where is it?
But the person who made a huge impact in my life was you. Because
Wasn't
you gave
me.
me that chance.
No.
Yeah. I remember.
No,
After
no.
that first interview with you, you called me up and I came back and you said, can you come back and work with me? And I went,
But that was,
Why?
you're looking at the wrong direction.
why?
Look in the mirror. I say the same thing to him. I say the same thing to her.
Yeah, but you give people opportunity. You gave me an opportunity.
I don't
we
give nothing.
them opportunity.
No,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I see these eyes see opportunity. And I say, if you believe in you, you can make anything happen.
But that's what you did. And it's funny, I remember my guidance counselor, because I always wanted to be a special ed teacher. I wanted to be a speech pathologist. And I remember sitting in my guidance counselor's office here, and my mom was sitting here. And I said, I want to be a speech pathologist. And they both said to me, no, you don't. You want to go into communications. I said, no, I don't. What did I do? I went into communications. And then I still wanted to be a speech pathologist. But by then, I had too many years of school, so then I went into special ed. But without that, without them saying to me, you should really go into communications, I wouldn't have had the education to be doing this. Even though I didn't use it for 30 years, I still got it.
But you was there. You know, I didn't get a master's in education. I didn't get schooling to do this. Never. But when I went to NYU, my professor said, you belong on Broadway, because I'm going to tell you, I don't know how your
You
brain
do.
works. I says, but it isn't about how my brain works, it's how you perceive it. Look at yourself. You see, he makes me better. I could do two guys in a car with him. I'll
You do.
blow it
You
up
make us all better, Slick.
because of what he brings to the
Yeah.
table, not because of what I bring to the table.
True.
So if you're looking for hope, man, you got it. You know, everybody they got a pocket has hope in it. You just got to take it out and play it.
Our hope hearts.
Or hope hearts, hope anything. So Gio has a very, it's a different person.
It's
today.
refreshing to see this side again, because it brings you back to when we first started. Forget the naysayers. It's the belief in what you do and who you are and why we do what we do, and that tomorrow is always a new day. And all you have in life, in any business in life, is your reputation of who you are.
I think Gio, for the first time since we've been doing this, I saw the word appreciation.
It was really
And
fantastic.
he appreciates, first of all, he's put it together, but he really appreciates, and he thanked, how do I put this? You know, what these guys don't understand is that the equipment and
The volunteers.
everything that you see around you is hundreds and thousands of dollars. Hundreds and thousands of dollars, these programs and what we use. And there are certain people that we know in the business that created this so that we can function and still bring it to the public at a reasonable cost. Reasonable cost. And everybody now in the business is knocking on the door.
You got a
How
call
do you do
yesterday,
this? How do you do that?
which is interesting. And did you see that Facebook is now taking away facial recognition? I'm sorry, what's it called, Meta?
Meta.
Meta is now taking away facial recognition. They have the largest database of facial recognition pictures.
And guess who's using it more than anybody else? The FBI, the CIA, and the police department.
So
and now
they
they're going to
are-
lose that instrument.
They're getting rid of it because of a whole lot of conflicts. But now they're saying that people that are visually impaired, blind people, use this, and I don't know how they use it.
Because
Because-
when they see the recognition, then it talks to them.
So they said that is the problem of getting rid of it, and a lot of other agencies that have facial recognition are now getting rid of it because they weren't supposed to be using it for what they're using it for.
You know, I got to tell you, I got to say, Facebook, I think that as a business, you guys run a business. I think that people think that they deserve a Facebook page because it's free to open one. So it went from doing something kind of cool to having all of the people judge them for what they do. And I don't think that's fair.
What do you think, Slick?
Honestly, I thought Facebook was just like a neutral platform, kind of like a MySpace. If you
Now they got to
go
be
MySpace.
police
Now,
and the Pope,
everybody's blaming Facebook when we kind of created the monster.
the monster.
So-
We do the sins and they want to blame Facebook.
But isn't that like everything else,
Everything else.
Correct.
right?
Everything else, because it's free. You know, they have these apps out there where you can meet somebody and it's free. Oh, they're freaking
those
crazy.
apps are dangerous.
Those are dangerous.
But it's like temptation, right? How far do we take it? You can take it back to the Bible. You can take it back to Adam and Eve. You can take it back to temptation of mankind.
I'm going to ask you a question. Normal people, whatever that means,
Yeah.
do they know the difference between right and wrong?
Sure.
You guys think so?
I think so.
You think so?
Most people.
Most people, okay. Those most, or those people that you just said yes to, do they choose to do wrong knowingly?
I don't think they think it's wrong. In their mind, it is justifiably correct.
So if you take a subject like manipulation, if you take a subject like taking advantage of, if you take a subject like stealing, all of these different points.
I
that
bet
they
you could
do,
ask any of them and they'll tell you justifiably in their mind why they've done it.
They should be allowed to do it because.
There's a reason. There's a lot of finger pointing in this society that we live in.
So this is what's happening with Facebook. It's free, and all of a sudden they believe that they should say anything they want on the platform.
People believe we have freedom of speech in this country, that you can
But
say
it's
anything you want.
Facebook's business. It's the way. Can you open up a mic and have people come in here and say anything they want?
Can the radio station?
No, they can't. They won't allow you to do that either. It's not about freedom of speech. It's about being cognizant of you got to do the right thing. You can't say fire in the movie theater.
But
and not go to jail.
everyone's vision of what's the right thing to say is different.
So if I want,
You know, we can have a client walk in here today, and
Yeah.
you're going to say X, and he's going to say Y,
And then
you're
I'm gonna
both going to
say it
think,
in the-
and you're both going to think
no,
you're
no,
right.
no. I'm gonna say you're gonna have to say your why in the parking lot because we ain't saying it in here. If it's harmful to everybody else, somebody comes in here and starts criticizing Slick.
You got to go.
I says you could take your speech walking. You can do your public speech
So
walking
you
down the street.
don't give them a microphone?
You don't get
I
the
take it away.
microphone.
I will give you a microphone as long as you respect the house. The moment you stop respecting the house and the people in it, you could take. I have a fake microphone out in the back. I'll give you that. You can go out there and do it because you ain't gonna harm people who are trying to give you an opportunity, just like Facebook, that you can say what you want, but say something nice. Why do we have to be so condemning?
But I think the leadership piece is really interesting to show gratitude for something that has changed your life that you may not have told that person, that life-changing moment, that you see it in a different light. You should go and tell that person because you should never wait because you never know.
Let me ask you a very complicated,
Convoluted? See unvoluted?
something that's very controversial. A Marine coming from Afghanistan walks in an airport, and they have these things where you stand up and you start applauding.
Right.
And there are others on the other side of the room that start booing them. Now, are we applauding the Marine who puts his life on the line for whatever reason, or are we applauding the Marine who just came from war? Is a soldier that protects, this is what the Army and the Navy tell you, protects his country. How do you view them? As the soldier coming from war, or do you view him as a machine that goes to war? And think about that for a second. Because people don't like people that go to war. They don't think that you should take a life when you go to war. There's no such thing as the right war.
But what's the greater purpose of why they're there?
But you tell me.
To serve and protect our country.
But they're killing other people.
Not necessarily.
I've never seen a war without death.
They may be there in a different capacity.
Well, let's
They may
assume-
be there serving.
Let's assume war is war, there's death.
Like when they go to Afghanistan and they had to find
and you're getting shot
Bin
at, and
Laden
you shoot,
all
or
of
you
that.
shoot and they get shot at, yeah.
Does it protect our country? Are
But-
they there
but
for
are
a
they?
reason?
But this is the controversy.
Why is it a controversy?
Because when you applaud the soldier that's protecting your right to be
That
able
they
to
have
do
put
this.
their life on the line to
Correct.
protect you.
Yes.
And they're never gonna come back the same. Like,
And they're never.
They will never come back the same.
But,
You're correct.
but then people who say right to life, you shouldn't kill. Isn't war part of killing?
No, true, but like they took that initiative step to be a part of that branch of the military, and then they already signed those vows. So like,
But are we applauding the military or the soldier?
I'm part
Now,
of the
let's switch
soldier.
it up. Guy comes in with a car bomb. It takes out a building. We go to war because we're mad and we want payback. You think that those soldiers, when they came back, they all got applauded no matter what happened. But the game has changed after 20 years. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you look at a point in front of you, and behind it has all the reasons why people act the way they do.
Sure, and after COVID, if you look back on some situation that we've all encountered in the past year and a half, could we have handled some of the situations better?
Yeah,
Correct.
absolutely.
Toilet
Different?
paper, hand sanitizer, yes.
Different clients, different things, and people are still, like, I feel maybe we can all take this collective breath now as we move into this holiday season.
I got bad news.
Wow.
Did you hear yesterday?
No.
A new variant in the UK.
There's always going to be a new variant, just like the flu.
But they're saying that this one may shut it down again. Here we go again.
I'm not going
And
to
you
buy
know what
into
people
it.
say? Oh, that's because they want you to take shot number 3. And you don't got to take nothing.
I'm going to keep positive. It's in the UK.
You know something? In the beginning of this whole thing, I made fun of it. And I've apologized for that 100 times. Now, it's like I got punched in the face so many times that when I hear these whispers coming from that, I got to look. And I got to worry because here we go again.
All I can tell you, as part of the media of what we do, we are not supported by sponsors of Big Pharma or of
But if you want to
politics
support me,
or of
then-
anything like that. So I feel like we give our opinions, but they are not swayed by those advertisers.
all I say is the way I feel, and I try to hurt nobody. Hey, Jay, good morning.
Good morning.
I try not to hurt anybody. I think that if you look in this room that we do the morning show in, and you look at the walls, this is talent beyond belief.
The
This
art
is
of
a-
Jay Harmon is
This is a
amazing.
human being that put
Yeah.
this to the canvas, and I gotta tell you, I am floored every time I come in this room. If you go out to the theater and you see everything else going out there, all the artists between Amy and the butterflies and now the hands that make Alana nuts, all of it
They're all
has talent.
fantastic.
All of it.
It's all great. But it's a lot to think about as we move into November. What are you grateful for? Can you sustain that feeling of gratitude? Even when you're starting to get on airplanes to go visit family, when all of these things start going haywire, when you look at the bank account and you're like, money may not be exactly where you want it to be, can you still hold on to that level of gratitude of why you are where we are? And the bigger picture is that we're all here to be able to do those things,
You
that
think
we have made
life
it through
is something you should be grateful for? Having health
every
and life?
day.
I think that's something we all share, no? We all
Every
wake
day,
up.
right? That we've come through the pandemic, and if we've come through it, that we sit here today in good health. So that is the biggest blessing of all to be grateful for.
It's funny because this morning you had Chicago blaring.
Yeah,
I had it
old
blaring,
school.
Old school. And I was sitting there and I was saying, you know, if I ever, God forbid, God help me, if I ever get sick and I'm laid up in the hospital, when you come to visit, you're going to be hearing the blare. Because you got to always keep that vibe up. No matter how bad your day is going, you got to turn the vibe, and I guarantee you it will get better.
So a lot of good things. It's fall. The sun is shining. The rain has stopped for now in South Florida. So give us a call today on the 12 o'clock show. Let us know what you are grateful for. More to come. Our newsletter is coming out. We got a lot of great things. Jay Harmon, I believe, is coming in. We've got the Lady B show coming to you. We've got an orchestra coming in on the 12 o'clock show for children through adults from ages of 10 to 100. They are in a collective orchestra. So this is going to be fantastic. The conductor is coming in today with Alan Roth. So a lot of good things happening.
Come in to the studio, take some pictures, check out what we're trying to accomplish. It is open to the community. And let me pour you a cup of coffee.
Have a great morning, everyone. Be happy, stay in gratitude, and we'll see you in a little bit.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the morning show. As I go now to fill my mug, which is completely empty, I'm coffee up.
Your cup runneth over.
No, company dry.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other. Tune in for all of our other morning shows coming from Ant Media Productions, and then our afternoon show at 12 o'clock.
And always join us for more fun and laughs, because you know, your day starts when you smile.
Have a great morning, and we'll see you in a little bit.
And don't be late.